Hey everybody, welcome to your weekly forecast for Monday, May 9th through Sunday, May 15th. So there are only two major aspects this week. Not a lot going on for that, okay, just for aspects. They both occur on Sunday. But in the meantime, on Tuesday, May 10th, Jupiter does move into Aries. Check out my video on Jupiter and Aries for all signs. But I believe I may be doing a couple shorts, you know, the little, I forget what, they're like a minute long or something like that, on this. And a couple other things. But anyways, Mercury also turns retrograde on the 10th in Gemini. On Sunday, May 15th, okay, the aspects are the Sun in Taurus squares Saturn in Aquarius, and the Sun in Taurus sextiles Neptune in Pisces. Okay, so I'd like to thank my subscribers for your continued support. If you're new to this channel and you like this video, please like and share it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification bell and you'll be notified each time I upload something. Also, check out my monthly forecasts, and in the description box below, there's a link there to my website if you would like to have your chart done. And there's also a link called Ask Me a Question, which is for those of you who only want to know maybe one or two things about your chart. Okay, so whatever sign comes up next. Okay, so for Libra, on Sunday, May 15th, the Sun in Taurus in your 8th house squares Saturn transiting in your 5th house of Aquarius. And also on the same day, the Sun in Taurus in your 8th house sextiles Neptune transiting in your 6th house of Pisces. So we've got your 8th, excuse me, your 8th house, 5th and 6th house, okay? The square to Saturn in your 5th house of love and romance and fun and entertainment, speculation, gambling, children, sports, games, whatever, creativity, okay, you know, has either made you very, very serious about all of these things that I just said, okay, or do you feel blocked in some way or other, or feel weighed down by having Saturn here, okay? The square from your 8th house of other people's money and resources, also the house of rebirth, regeneration, more or less starting over, remaking yourself. You know, I think that whomever, you know, if you are with someone and it's some kind of partnership, either romantic or business, or even in regards to a child, you know, it's getting very expensive, you know, that whatever, you're spending too much money, or feel like every time you go to do one of these things that I just said the 5th house represents, it's costing you money and you're not even having any fun. You're not getting anything out of it, you know. It just doesn't seem worth it. And that's something that, like, on a day like this, that just becomes apparent, you know. You're like, why do I keep doing this? We keep going to the same place, you know, we always do, and it's boring. I'm tired of seeing the same people, tired of going to the same places. You may be just even dating someone and just thinking, you know, at least you have a place to go, like, I don't know, every Saturday night, if you just go over to their place, or you guys go out or something like that, and it dawns on you that's why you're really in this relationship. You know, it's not out of love, or it could be out of convenience, whatever. Okay, so a lot of realizations, especially with this Sun in Taurus in your 8th house sextiling Neptune in your 6th house of Pisces, okay? 6th house is many, many things, but it is the house of service. And so I would have to say that that's kind of like what this is. Maybe you are feeling that you are putting out more than you're getting back as far as helping someone. Being the house of service, I call it a 50-50 thing, where you do something for someone because they've asked you, they've approached you, you know, they need your help. and in return they'll do something for you, so you both benefit. Okay, 50-50 thing. But maybe you're feeling it's not working out right now. Maybe it's too much responsibility for you. It's curtailing your time that you have to have fun, or to do something, or whatever. Okay, as far as the house of work, goes, and your coworkers, you could benefit from a coworker at this time. They could lend you something of theirs, or even if it's money, or they could actually give you something that they have that they know that you would want, that you would like. Okay. So for Cancer, on Sunday, May 15th, the Sun in Taurus in your 11th house squares Saturn, transiting in your 8th house of Aquarius. And on the same day, the Sun in Taurus in your 11th house sextiles Neptune, transiting in your 9th house of Pisces. So, the 11th house is your house. It's a fun house, okay? It's your house of sociability. It's social media, socializing online or in person. It's your friends and acquaintances or any organization that you belong to. And it's your house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. The square to Saturn in your 8th house just seems like this is a reoccurring theme when it comes to your friends. Is it's always costing you money, or you always have to whip out that credit card or borrow money, or whatever, in order to do something with your friends, okay? Or an organization that you belong to. They could be one of those hitting you up every time you guys have a meeting or something, always wanting money out of you for some reason or other. So it could be a time where you try to figure out if it's worth it, Is it really worth it to keep doing these things, and it's not even like you're getting anything out of it. It seems like they're getting more out of you. But as far as plans with your friends, maybe it is just it's too taxing, too much on your bank account. Okay, now the sextile from your 11th house to your 9th house of Pisces, where you have Neptune, is a nice, like making contact with people who live at a distance. 9th house is foreign anything. It's foreign travel, foreign people, people from a different background or culture than yours. So you could be in touch with someone who lives at a distance or actually in another country. You could hear from them suddenly, or they could just show up out of nowhere if you are out socializing with your friends. Okay, remember, as long as you have the planet Uranus in your 11th house, there will be surprising events or sudden events occurring in your group of friends, or when you are socializing somewhere. If you're out, let's say at a club watching a live band, or out at a bar, something like that. Okay, so for Pisces, on Sunday, May 15th, the Sun in Taurus in your, let's see here, where are we? Your 3rd house squares Saturn, transiting in your 12th house of Aquarius. And on the same day, the Sun in Taurus in your 3rd house sextiles Neptune, transiting in your 1st house of Pisces. Okay, so, your 3rd house is your everyday life, people you would encounter throughout the normal course of your day, or the places you would go. It's communication and travel, regular postal mail, email, any form of communication. Having the Sun here means that you're a little bit more active in your immediate area, in your neighborhood. The square to Saturn in your 12th house means nothing really. Maybe you ran into somebody, let's say, that you used to go to school with, or from a previous neighborhood where you lived. Okay, so maybe somebody you haven't seen for a while, and they say or do something that makes you feel a little bit insecure for about a minute or so, right? They could be laying it on thick as to what they've been up to, and a lot of it is probably a bunch of crap. As long as you have the planet Uranus in your 3rd house, you're never going to be too sure about what to believe. You know what I mean? Some of it could be really out there. and hard to believe. So always trust your judgment on that, especially having Neptune, your ruling planet, in your first house. It does make you very tuned in to your psychic abilities, but sometimes it also makes you prey to illusion in regards to other people. Okay, so you always have to go with your gut feeling. The sextile from the sun in your third house to Neptune in your first house is just that, you know. Whatever somebody says to you or is telling you, or any kind of communication possibly or encounter that you could have on this day, just I would ignore it if it's something that upsets you or rubs you the wrong way, because it's not the truth anyway. Okay. So for Leo, on Sunday, May 15th, the sun in Taurus in your 10th house square Saturn, transiting in your 7th house of Aquarius, and also on the same day, the sun in Taurus in your 10th house sextiles Neptune, transiting in your 8th house of Pisces. So, you know, your 10th house, where the sun is, right, and other planets, is your house of career, your most public house in your chart. Okay, it's how you're known by reputation, professionally and personally. It's status, you know, it's rubbing elbows with important people and stuff like that. So you're in the spotlight as it is because the sun's here. Having the planet Uranus here at the same time, it does bring some really sudden occurrences, surprising things happening to you, either in your career or in your public life, even in your personal life, but your personal life is made public in some way or other. So anyways, the square to Saturn in your 7th house of close relationships just kind of means that maybe if you're involved with someone romantically, even a business partner or even a close friend, they could be stifling you in some way in regards to your career, that you feel they're holding you back, or they're not in your corner when it comes to what you would like to do with your career. Maybe they're just like, sometimes they may feel like dead weight. Okay, maybe you need to actually go out in public, or you do have to rub elbows with important people, or even celebrity type people, well-known people, and that could be like part of your job. And if you want to take some with you, such as like your romantic partner, and they either don't like these functions, or they don't feel that you should have to do this in your career, meanwhile you probably love it, so they're not like they're not on board, okay, with how you're seeing your future as far as your career goes. Now with the sextile to Neptune in your 8th house of other people's money and resources from the sun in your 10th house means that wherever it is that you work, you're about to get or are already getting benefits of some kind, even if it's like perks that the company or a client offers you, or better insurance or something or other, but it's not something that everyone gets, you know. So I wouldn't like go around telling everybody about it at work.